Okay, let's go on a line. Introduce yourselves, your name, where you currently live, because one of you's not in the Bay Area, and your role in the series. So.
I'm Kate, I play Marisa, and I live at 25th and Sanchez.
You may have seen it in Bathroom Not Included.
Oh, yeah, my
did a big dramatic breakup on the steps.
I did. And my neighbors were mad at me for filming on the steps. Passive aggressive.
I'm Dave. I'm the producer and co-creator of Cost of Living. And I lived in the Bay Area for many years, and I now live in Los Angeles.
Oh, beat. I'm Megan. I play Jules in Cost of Living, and I live in Sunnyside, which is a real neighborhood in San Francisco. Just no one visits me there.
I've been there twice.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I haven't been, so sorry. So I'm Shannon. I'm the writer and director of Cost of Living, which you just watched. You've seen two of my apartments. Our old apartment is in Bathroom Not Included, Lady Date, and our new apartment is where they each live. Trying to pick up on that. They've laid in my bed many times. So I live in the East Bay, in the Richmond Hills, which no one ever knows where that is. So,
Sounds nice, though.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of history on stage, a lot of old friendships here. So Dave and Shannon, you guys go way back. Is this your first collaboration?
No, we've known each other since high school. And we worked at a feelings camp together. Leadership workshop, we were peer leaders, and we had to make these, it's really, really lame to say.
Get blown up now.
It was basically choreographed, nonverbal plays about drug addiction to music.
So was there like choreography?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you write?
I don't.
Turn around, every now and
You know that's all right.
We can all sing it for you if you want to dance right now.
It's very emotional.
So-
People get thrown. It's about domestic abuse. I mean, it's very.
So that really was the inspiration with the Jules and Dylan storyline.
domestic conflict.
Like addiction. Yeah, I get it.
So that's where it really began.
Nice.
So yeah, we've been friends a long time.
Yeah. From we grew up in Scottsdale, Arizona.
It's a terrible
The rough
place.
streets of the
And our DP is also from Phoenix as well. So we all left that terrible place.
Well, and then Kate and Meg, I mean, I don't know for sure, but it seems like your friendship goes a little bit further back than this.
We met 2 weeks before the film.
That's great acting.
We've known each other for 9 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
We were on a college improv team together with Dave. So yeah.
And we're currently on an improv team together.
What's that
Dave
team?
and this lovely lady.
Yeah. So yeah.
Chinese ball
vibe. We share.
You guys gel, just chemistry. No one can deny. Okay, so Dave, Shannon, where did the idea come from? Have Marisa and Jules always been characters in this universe? Tell us a bit about where this all started.
I spent most of my 20s being really broke. I made a series of bad financial decisions, much like Jules. I don't know, before Dave started grad school, he was like, I want you to write and direct something, and I'll produce it, and let's do a comedy. And so we wrote Bathroom Not Included, and I was like, I think this might be a pilot to a web series. He was like, write the next episode. So I wrote Late Date, we loved it, and every step has happened since. So yeah, it's kind of happened really organically.
That's so cool.
It's pulled from. I think everyone can relate to like struggling to afford life in San Francisco, and then like making choices in your 20s or early 20s that sometimes don't pan out. So it's all kind of mined from our experiences and experiences with friends.
And friendship and building a friend family in a new place as transplants is a big theme for both of us.
Yeah. I mean, we're all transplants, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's a transplant in the room?
Transplant?
Is anybody born here?
How many times?
So I've heard one good story, so I wanted to bring it up. Okay, how much of the season was art imitating life, What I've heard is that the poop in Bathroom Not Included is based on real life.
It is actually from a friend of mine that told me that he was living in this house and his roommate, he lived with two roommates. He didn't really talk to them much, and every time he'd go in, there was a poop next to the floor. Yeah, it was daily, and he didn't really know how to bring it up. And I just took it as writing water. So I think he eventually moved out, never really knowing which of the two was leaving the poop. So.
No.
Yeah, it's real. Wow.
Shannon, I should say, like, so much of this is based on Shannon's life, like, strange but true. And, like, Shannon has lived in, like, every uncomfortable living situation in the Bay Area that, like, you cannot imagine. We haven't even put a lot of it in the show because it's just like.
Didn't you have a friend that gave her plants her menstrual blood?
Not written on screen.
But that's probably Cecily. The character of Cecily probably puts her period.
She
blood
lived
on
with
her
Cecily.
plants.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's all natural. Circle of life.
We're in a drought, people.
Gotta get reuse.
Very good.
That's right, yeah. So we were lucky enough to get these ladies to be the leading ladies.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was that casting process like?
Well, I will say that I only auditioned because I knew all my friends were auditioning and I wanted to get a drink afterwards with everybody.
Uh-oh, then you were
No, but I mean, my heart was in it, but I was like, well, everyone else is auditioning. I'll do it too.
On a
Like beer.
I could use a beer. So that was fun.
And then destiny led you to be Marisa.
Indeed.
Aww. But yeah, it was like standard auditions. It was like you walk in, you just.
I missed auditions, so I had to audition at Shannon's home on her couch.
Classic
It
story.
was
It was great.
comfortable.
I got tea
Hollywood
afterwards.
North.
With my sister. My sister was in town, so she was sitting on the couch
Also
with me
named
as I auditioned. Yeah.
Definitely can.
Yeah. And then there's a whole slew of cast members alongside these guys. I mean,
Yeah.
Then
What
when we
was
At
it?
did
least 2, 3 here.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did
they
several
all-
rounds of auditions for
and
all
when we
the
did the
actors.
second round, Shannon really and Dave really wanted to focus on like improv because a lot of the script at points was improv. So like when Eric auditioned and when Daniel auditioned, we did a lot of like improving with them, and they did awesome.
And that's how they made it in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot, it is very scripted, but there are a lot of improv moments because we wanted it to feel natural because I really hate when people look like, I'm acting.
about acting. Well, that's cool. And then you have these two fierce leading ladies, and your crew is all female and/or members of the queer community. So how did that happen? Was that something you intentionally worked towards, or was it coincidental? And let's talk about how awesome that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, very rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think for us it was like we are a female and a gay man, and I think it was just really important for us to like have not only people that you like on set, because it's like you're working for not much money and it's long hours and it's this huge labor of love, so you want people that you gel with. But we also really thought it would be cool if it was like kind of unrepresented people in the filmmaking community. So it wasn't something that we like set out to do. It was kind of like, let's just get good people who are into the project and make it happen. And we just got really lucky that they're all awesome people and they're all female or queer.
Yeah.
And they were okay with how many uterus cakes we had on set.
Lots of so
It was also just like, okay, are you going to be able to hang?
I thought it was kind of cool
pregnancy
too.
tests and
Just a little side story about Lucas. Lucas was the DP and edited the first 2 episodes amazingly.
And a couple
And a
more.
couple
And a
more.
couple new ones.
But it was funny because for my graduate thesis, I filmed a documentary about Lucas, so I was behind the camera filming Lucas and looking at his face every day for like months, and then flip-flopped. He was sending me screenshots of me like this, which I did to him. Anyway, so it's just like circle of life coming around.
Yeah.
It seems like you're all very comfortable with each other. Felt safe. It was a safe space.
It was a safe space.
Yeah.
Super safe.
Good.
Well, I mean, we went to feelings camp, so a lot of like check-in, like what are you feeling? What's your color?
What's your weather? You do that a lot.
What's your temperature check?
Temperature check. Are you windy?
Yeah.
Are you humid?
I'm so proud of you guys.
It's really
Touch.
Well, and then Okay, so I recognize a couple of the spaces, like the Parkside. Where was that really cool cafe that they were at?
That's actually my high school friend, Derek Woodward, who I think is in Korea right now. But he owns that Astronaut Cafe, which is in the street fair.
Soma Street Food Park.
Yeah, street food park.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, it looks really cool. Can we come film there? So
cool.
we did. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys have
Underneath the highway though,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
it's a little intense,
a little
but yeah.
noisy.
made a little hard.
great.
But yeah, so, and you had a lot of local musicians in the show and a lot of local, I mean, it's so cool. I mean, so did you cast it out to, you know, city pages? I don't know. How do you reach out to people in San Francisco besides Facebook?
Yeah, so we started with people we knew. Travis Hayes, who's not here tonight, he got us, he's the bartender in Bathroom Not Included. He got us a connection at the Parkside, and he is really involved in the music scene. So he connected us to a lot of bands, and then we're friends with a lot of local bands, such as Forever and Ever and Festivals tonight. And we just really wanted to have a local feel because it is really hard being an artist in such an expensive place. So we really wanted to feature local music. We listened to a lot of music, some not featured, and some featured. So, but that was a really fun part of it. So.
Yeah. You guys should make a Spotify playlist so we can all.
We have a SoundCloud
This is
one.
good.
We're waiting to release it until after the episode's are out.
Coming soon.
Kickstarter backers already. That's what you get.
Okay, so this is my favorite thing to learn about a series or a movie. So what were the impossible scenes? What almost didn't work? What did work? What didn't make it in there? I don't know.
We have some scenes that didn't make it in there.
Yeah.
But I think we should talk about Oregon Trail, which was a real.
So the first of the 2 episodes we saw, Oregon Trail, takes place in a parking lot, and Shannon originally wrote, based on real life, an amazing script about being stuck in traffic for hours in the financial district.
Trying to get on the bridge to go back to the East Bay.
But just being stuck for hours. So it was the 2 of them stuck in a car. They're going to the East Bay, and then over time, because they're stuck in traffic, tensions mount and feelings come out. And then Google always says it's green, but it's fucking never green. I've been here for 2 hours.
Green is a lie.
Green is a lie.
Always a lie.
And it was actually our favorite script of this new batch, and so when we got the Kickstarter money, we were so excited to film it, and then it was a little bit tricky working with the SF Film Commission and getting it all resolved. So actually, before shooting, we were like, we actually can only shoot it in a parking lot. We're going to rewrite it. We're going to make it work.
Like
And
3 days before.
like 3 days before. It was just kind of like, this is logistically what we can afford and what we can shoot. And
Because you guys need to have like a permit, right? to
Yeah,
film
we had to get
on
extra insurance and a permit. And
yeah, it's
we
a
didn't
little,
have thousands of dollars.
it's a little bit. It's a
Yeah,
little
you
bit
guys
tricky.
didn't bring it. Okay.
Maybe more people have donated it. We could have done it right.
It's just you know, you have to kind of play by the rules, even on like a Saturday afternoon. So we had to like make it work.
And it costs what, like $50 to rent out like 2 parking spots or something?
Yeah, like to rent out like 3 parking spots, it was like
With
yeah,
beautiful
a couple
murals,
hundred.
and it turned out great. But yeah, we completely rewrote the script
Yeah.
about 3 days before.
Because it would have cost like $2,000 to shoot in an empty alleyway in downtown San Francisco on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
yeah,
Cool.
that was great.
Yeah.
But I think it still works. I like that episode.
Okay, so we may have some emerging writers, producers, directors in the audience. What's your advice for them as they embark on their next web series, Oscar-winning film, television show?
I'll do both.
Yeah.
Do you want to start? Should I?
Don't write a lot of props. Symbols better. I don't know. I think just looking at what is out there in the landscape and how you're different. A lot of stuff is very sketch based. We wanted to write more of a long form story with drama undercurrent under the comedy. Hopefully that comes through. But I think with a web series, you just have to be willing to be flexible and as cheap as possible at all times. Which Dave was very good at being like, let's redo that idea.
I'm Jewish, so it's like we just start always.
I'm glad you made that joke because I was about to.
And find 2 amazing actresses.
Yeah.
Do it.
I think also one thing that for writers that Shannon's not saying, she wrote a few pieces about like writing what you don't see, and for Shannon it was a lot about like what is like a real female friendship. You know, for example, we I think all like the show Girls, but it's like they don't. those relationships don't feel very grounded in many of the episodes. And for Shannon, she's like, I've had these really amazing, complex female friendships. I've really struggled, and I'm not seeing any particularly female protagonists do this in a very funny but emotionally grounded way. And that's, I think, a big part of this project, and that was really your passion, is like, what am I not seeing? And as a writer, that's the easiest thing. It's the only person in the whole filmmaking process that doesn't need anyone else. Anyone can just sit and write and do it. Yeah. And then for producing, it's just like get really awesome friends together and learn how to do it for not much time.
Yeah,
learn how to pull favors.
Yeah, but that's why Oregon Trail is really special to me, because I have a lot of good female friends. A lot of them are here. We've had some fights. We're still friends. That's real. So that's why I wanted to write it.
Yeah. Any advice for aspiring actresses?
Oh God. Are we aspiring
I don't
actresses?
know. I don't think I am.
No, you're full-fledged actresses now.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're qualitative.
I don't
Find someone wonderful like Shannon and Dave and work with them.
Yeah.
Because we were really supported and we got to do a lot of improv and try a lot of things.
Right, there was one episode
Yeah.
that Victorian Bride that was written because Meg and Tess, who played Cecily, we had like one of these rehearsals where Shannon was like, I wonder what, Marissa's roommate Cecily and Marissa's best friend Jules, what their relationship is like. So they just improv the scene, and then it was amazing, and Shannon wrote it, and that became Victorian Bride. So like that was a really cool example of like improving like an entire idea of like the fact that the roommate is obsessed with you, and like it was just hilarious. And you're like grossed out by her because she's eating hummus like with her fingers and stuff.
I love when people eat with their hands. It's kind of gross.
That was real. Yeah,
That was real.
That was real hummus.
That was real? How do they do it? Movie
a lot
magic.
of food for us.
Okay, so I want to know what's next for you guys project-wise. Each of you, what are you up to? But really the underlying question is season 2?
6 seasons in a movie. No,
6 seasons.
Like Sex and the City?
That's from Community.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
There
from
we go.
Firefly.
What's next for me? Chinese Ballroom is our improv team, and if you guys haven't gone to a show, they're really super fun.
Woo! And what do you do when you're not, like...
I'm a producer and editor for a news show. It's really a downer. I don't want to talk about it. If we want to go there, we can talk later. But I'm always looking. If anyone needs, I love to edit. I feel like editing is sort of my passion. And if anyone has any cool projects they want edited,
Well, and she edited Victorian Bride,
And Dead
STD,
Herpes.
and
STD and the bloopers.
name change,
Okay.
bloopers, and Ghetto Superstar, which hasn't come out yet.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, just living the dream right now.
Yeah.
Simple life.
I'm getting married too. That's a project I'm working on.
Woo!
I'm planning a
Yes!
wedding.
You're getting married. What am I on next? So I'm in a grad program at USC. Woo! There we go. The Year Start Producing program. So finishing out that, working on a thesis. I work 3 days a week for the president of Showtime right now, so it's got like a few little things happening.
No big deal.
Little things. Just
I mean, it's
a few
like,
little.
it's like a lot of, it's a lot of
Thing,
little.
Make it up. Oh, me.
Yeah.
During the week, till the wee hours of the night, I'm a teacher of children with special needs. Some of my coworkers are here. Sometimes it's a downer. I'd love to talk about it.
She has amazing stories.
I have amazing stories, and I work with really amazing kids. Chinese Ballroom, we just submitted to Sketchfest, so fingers crossed that we get in.
Were you performed last year?
No.
Oh, that was Improv Fest.
Yeah, we're moving up. So fingers crossed about that. Hire me. I would love to do a season 2. I would love to do the web series. It was a
Also,
great experience.
Meg and I also write for Killing My Lobster, which is a sketch group in the city. So there's going to be a podcast coming out with some of our sketches in it, and it's great.
And also, we're starting a sketch group between the 3 of us called Lucky Bitches. In the early
Keep it in your
stages.
head, Lucky Bitches.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is
We're
yet,
gonna
but
be
it's
big.
something. It's going to be big.
You've already got a great name.
Yeah.
What else?
Lucky Bitches. We need a logo. Ross Culleton.
That's one.
So I'm a grant writer by day, screenwriter by night. No one's paid me to be a screenwriter yet. Working on it. I've written a couple features, but now I'm working on TV scripts because TV respects writers more. So I'm doing more of that. And I don't know. We might do a season 2. We haven't really decided.
Does Jules say yes to Dylan? No. Yeah, Dylan. That's his name.
I don't know. We have big plans.
That's just cruel.
What do you guys think? Wait, raise your hand if you think she says yes.
Jules, at the end of the last
Do you think Jules says yes to Dylan?
Whoa, not many people.
Really?
I think she
Wow.
moves to Austin to live with Marisa in the dust.
Wow. That's such a Marisa perspective.
That's such a Marisa thing to say, by the way.
I think you guys compromise. I think you figured it out.
I move in with them. Done.
And then it's a multi-cam
Season 2
sitcom.
is in Austin with everyone.
Interesting. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, so my last question is for all of you out there. We'd love to hear more about what your favorite parts of the series was, favorite moments of the episodes, favorite episodes in general. I love Jesus' Baby. Like, I've watched it a million times. I laugh every time. I've multiple times been like, I feel pregnant. Not really. Don't worry, we're fine.
Yeah.
But totally been there. I love
We've all
that.
been there. Every girl has been there. Even if you hadn't had sex in like 2 months.
Right,
you're like, you've had to be
Tired,
since
I
then.
smelled
Right.
the baby, it was really confusing, I'm probably pregnant, yeah.
The mailman came real close to me that one day.
And put a pickle on that salad, that was weird.
So feel free to shout them out. We'd love to just
Whatever you want.
Whatever, people want to ask questions.
Is this a Q&A period? Is that
Sure.
Yeah, if you do speak up, I will bring you up on stage. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're safe. You're all in the dark. I can't see your faces.
Well, I guess
You guys are so shy.
Well, so you know, when you're on screen, there's a lot of chemistry there, and it might be interesting to further discuss the role that the history that you all have together has played, and you know.
I don't know, like, I mean, I think Meg is, like, the funniest person I know, and so, like, having this history with her, like, I have friends that are my dear friends from college who go to my improv shows that Meg was on and come up to me afterwards and be like, Meg is my favorite person on the team. And I'd be like, they're like, well, after you, of course, like, everyone just loves Meg. So, I don't know, I feel like we just have this history of, like, and I know that when I make Meg laugh, I'm like, yes, you know, so it's like, I think that's there, you know. Like, if I can make Meg laugh, then I'm like doing little dances and that.
What if you guys watch the singing promo? I mean, they're really good at making up songs and harmonizing it together.
Well, good.
That's
We're really
real.
good at harmonizing.
That's real.
Great.
So every set we had them come up with the song and harmonize together. So.
We didn't come up with them; they existed. They're real songs.
Okay.
You pull them out of nowhere. You're like a human Spotify.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's cool.
It's like the best compliment.
Just put that in a resume.
And do people have questions for us? I don't know what
pressure,
we're
you don't
supposed to do here.
Yeah, the parts that are improvised, how is it different when you're filming them and hoping that something works, or you know, maybe something falls flat on your face? Like, how is that process?
Actually, Shannon was pretty much like, we would rehearse, and then whatever we improvised, she would write into the script, and then when the camera was on, it was just because of time. I think she was like, no improvising, like, you did it already. You're done improvising. But I think some of the really fun moments were improvised.
Yeah, it's hard for me to remember now
Yeah.
what was it, but I really like a natural feel on set. I really, really hate it when I feel like someone's delivering me a joke. And so if I wrote a line and it was kind of coming out like blah, 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 I was like, just, you know what the line is supposed to say, just make it sound how it feels natural for you, and just go with it. But yeah, it wasn't like hours of improv and then we cut it down, you know, it was pretty structured.
Yeah,
So,
the rehearsal was
but I definitely, I'm from the Paul Feig School of Directing to have improv. So, yeah.
So you brought this kind of the actors all in this creative space, and you're kind of in a way brainstorming together to create the scene, and that is like a common way of doing things, apparently.
I don't think it's common. I don't know.
Yeah,
we had a big rehearsal, and I had them each you know, Jules and Dylan. I had you and Ryan and everybody, and Hamathy. They all sat down, and I was like, "What's your history? Where did you come from?" You know, and I gave them specific questions to come up with their characters, so they knew when they were improvising who they were. and how they interacted, so they had a place to start from.
And that really is super helpful. I had never done anything like that before, and to know that, like, you know, when she and Jules are talking, or sorry, Jules and Dylan are talking, how do I react to Dylan? And like, they are all super cool. Like, that's what we decided. Like, they've been friends forever, and so like to have that was super helpful.
Yeah,
even
so
if it
you have a
didn't come
starting
across
point
on
of like, so they wouldn't improv something and be like, who's what? It's like you know who your character is.
Yeah. Like the four friends, Hammy and Ezra and the two of us, we have this whole backstory, which is that we met at like a college hip hop dance class, and we even came up with a dance. Like, so
we were really into it.
We were so into that, like human Spotify. I mean, like,
Do you want to show us right now?
No.
We have it.
No.
We're gonna release it later this week.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I was like, you come up with the dance. I'm not gonna come up with it.
So that really helped with like when we did improvise stuff. It was like, oh, I know exactly how I feel about Hammy, about Ezra, about
Yeah.
And these guys have been doing improv together for, I don't know, 8 years or something.
like that,
So it's like, if you have really talented improv actors, like, you should let them improv.
Totally.
So we just figured out a way to make it work, like fit it in.
Totally.
To our schedule.
And it's more fun.
Yeah.
I love it when they do.
And like my idol, and I think Meg too, is like we love the Christopher Guest idea of making movies. And I don't know exactly how they do it, if it's improvised on camera or if it's just improvised as they're coming up with it, but like I adore that. So.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. It was an awesome experience as a performer, for sure. Yeah. I don't know.
Even the kissing coaching?
Oh my god. Shannon was a fucking militant about that. I was so nervous because I'd never done an on-screen kiss before, so she, on the last day of school, I taught all day and was just typing up last-minute stuff and like kind of weepy on the way over to rehearsal, and then I had to practice kissing for like
Well, they would kiss like
this. She was like,
And I was like, you have to hold it. Kiss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You gotta clap. You gotta hold it. You gotta get over it, girl. Yeah, you did.
we did.
You did.
It worked.
One's good. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It all worked out. Another question?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's Ezra!
It's here.
getting back to how the characters met, you know, in the hip hop dance class, if the cast actually had a dance battle, who would win?
Right.
That's what I'm asking you guys.
Oh,
who do you think would win?
if they-
like the cat, like
Today,
actual cat.
first day.
Yeah.
It would not.
Are you hoping we're saying it?
I'm hoping that there's some music back there.
They're not.
Well, I think wasn't like there was a joke in Indian Summer that like Hammy would actually win if there was a dance off, but I really think that Ezra would win because he's black.
That's what
Although,
It wouldn't be us.
It wouldn't be us. Although Julianne is from Oakland, so.
Julian is like
Like born and raised. Yeah.
Yeah. I call it a draw.
Any other questions?
In the back.
Yeah.
Love the show, it was awesome.
Thank you.
I'm curious, Dave, what's been the experience with social media? You know, kind of, you have the Kickstarter campaign, but you guys are on Twitter, obviously Facebook. What's it been like, you know, kind of promoting it through social media? What's been the reaction from fans?
Great question. Do you want to take that? Because you've
Yeah.
been really on top of
I
it.
actually do more of the social media.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn. Building social media. I mean, obviously, web series are pretty saturated right now, so it's kind of hard to stand out. And so it's really just like with anything, building those relationships and putting it out there. I've been surprised through our launch. We've gotten a lot more followers, and through that. And then once the whole season is out, then we're really going to aggressively go after press. But it's kind of hard to do until you really have a full season because people can't really judge it. And after now you've seen Friendsgiving, it's hard to even really know what the point of the show is until you see that final moment. And it's really about how hard it is to make decisions as an adult.
Yeah.
And that's really what it's
Amen.
about. Yeah, we all know. And so this is kind of our, from this point forward, we'll be really going forward. We were really lucky during our Kickstarter that Splitsider, which is a really big comedy online magazine, basically, voted as one of the top 5 web series to watch, and we got a huge amount of hits from that. So that was really good.
It's like a
and we're hoping for
400% spike or something.
yeah, it was like, hey, people outside this room watched it. So that was cool. So more of that. But it's just a constant cultivation.
And one thing I will say about social media, I mean, it's kind of no-brainer, is that, like, especially in the launch, like, there is, like, this huge community of people all over the world, mostly the country, who
Yeah.
make web series, and they're super supportive.
Yeah.
Like, really about, like, they're retweeting almost every tweet and liking everything and emailing us for like recommendations on how to do stuff.
Especially female-driven.
Yes.
Female creative web
Yeah.
series. There is a huge community. I think we all know there's a boys club, but we're building a girls club, and that's exciting to be part of.
Yes. Anything else?
Everybody's ready.
Kate, what was the grossest thing you ate while we were filming?
The grossest thing I ate a lot of the beans. I had to eat
so many spicy
beans with Tabasco sauce. What else did I eat
You
that
ate
was
like
weird?
half a can.
A hamburger?
You
The
all
hamburger?
think of, like, 8
Oh, I had to have a hamburger stuffed up my nose, pretty much.
Yeah.
Whatever. I eat a lot of that. It's fine.
Was it well done or?
The hamburger? It was a little tough.
Sean made the hamburger.
Barely burger chef here.
Well, I think we have some drinks, and we just wanted to toast to everybody who's here who's been super supportive, and especially everyone who donated on the Kickstarter.
How appropriate!
Yes. We really appreciate you.
Anything more dramatic.
Someone's driving.
Yeah, you're not driving.
All right, well, thank you all
Thank you
for
for coming.